Alrighty, lads, we're back. So, welcome to Theories and Possible Alternate Scenarios. Here we will be looking at the legacy of Cain if the Razielim clan was not genocided. This is a unique premise, as this is a scene where Raziel is still killed and destroyed by Cain, but his clan would be spared. So, what would happen to that clan, the Razielim? So, they could be spared due to the clan's prestige being the highest of the clans and most pious. This would prompt their clan in being spared as they possess the most power and the most respect. But losing their lord, their very blood father, due to his heresy against their lord, would probably prompt some severe reactions to the clan. These reactions can range from outright self-hatred and loathing to self-mutilation and suicide. Now, you may say, Freezer, that's a bit extreme. The scenario is already over then if that's the case, so why should I keep watching the rest of this video? Well, we have to consider who Raziel is and how his clan reacted when they resurfaced in the Nosgoth video game. They are pious and dramatic to the extreme, so such a reaction like suicide would be actually expected, but I would find it more fascinating if they didn't do that. So we're going to kind of dive into that, but we do see it a lot with Raziel. Like when he is first resurrected, he immediately falls down to his knees and he's like, I'm destroyed. That kind of reaction, but without the Elder God to comfort him, would have probably prompted a suicide. So this is his Razielim clan if they did not commit suicide. So here we would see a clan that would forego their creator, shunning Raziel, and taking acts of self-mutilation, like cutting off their mutated wings, as an act of penance for their sins against their god Cain. This self-mutilation and further deprivation of blood, viewing it as like a fasting kind of holiday to pay for their disrespect to their god, would be a way for the Razielim to rejoin the rest of the vampire clans and show that their devotion was never to Raziel but to the Empire, aka their god, Cain. This would allow their clan to prosper under zealous leadership, where the most sacrilegious and self-mutilated would rule the Razielim clan, establishing strict tenets in their faith and Cain's mercy for sparing their legion from damnation, but in doing so have such a radical element amongst the vampire court, this could prove a little disastrous. Now we have this clan that's super religious, super zealous, they hurt themselves, they deprive themselves of blood every now and then. This can cause severe religious outbursts, where the Razielim clan would start demanding that all the other clans pay tribute to Cain in his abandoned throne, possibly starting wars and skirmishes with the other clans, trying to quote-unquote extract Cain's taxes from them as the empire crumbles. This could spiral into even further chaos as the clan starts openly hunting the other clans, claiming that they have displeased Cain and that is why Cain disappeared. As the Razielim, they've already done their penance. They've cut off their wings, they've mutilated themselves, they deprive themselves of blood every now and then. But the other clans, they've embraced their mutations. They don't see anything wrong with having greater powers than Cain. They are committing extreme heresy. So, the Razielim will try to correct it the best they can. They may try to sacrifice other vampires on altars as a sign to their merciful Lord Cain that the Razielim are his sacred children and will forever be willing to make the hard choices, like self-sacrifice, in order to appease him. This could prompt Cain to pay them a visit every now and then. Kind of like the Terrellum, where he would just come in and give them an order, knowing that they would follow it to the letter with extreme fanatical zeal. Like that random Terrellum who just sat in the middle of the sewers surrounded by water just to guard some amulet so Raziel could use energy blast. That kind of stuff. where now you have Razielim who are so fanatically devoted, Cain could just stop by and say, yeah, I need you guys to stop attacking the North. And then they'll just go, absolutely, Lord Cain, we will never attack the North ever again. This would allow humanity to prosper and such like that. So as the clans wage war on each other, the Razielim may actually induce more damage to the Empire than was already possible, as their piety and their demands of others to pay homage to an abandoned throne may cause cities to burn. They may cause blood storages to disappear entirely, resulting in the war for Nosgoth against humanity to be even worse for the vampires than previously. Because the main thing is that in the war for Nosgoth, fighting back against humanity, everyone was able to kind of somewhat unify. But if you have this very zealous and fanatical Razielim clan who keeps saying, we don't need to worry about humanity, we need to worry about ourselves because all of you did not make the necessary sacrifices, so that's why the Empire is destroyed. These are not players who are willing to work together. These are players who will not stop until every single person agrees to their way of thinking. After all, remember, this ties back to the beginning. The only real leaders that you could really expect in these situations would be the most sacrilegious, the most self-mutilating, the ones who view it a necessity to pay homage to Cain. So in the end, the Razielim clan surviving may have led to worse effects for the Empire. It may have resulted in humanity winning back Nosgoth and undoing a lot of the damage that the vampires have caused, like getting rid of the factories that block out the sun. This leaves open the world to realms of demons and Hilden invaders. Or it could have resulted in a much worse environment where the Razielim are openly and constantly hunting in ruins, searching for sacrifices to their abandoned god Cain, possibly even letting some of their own Razielims mutate wings only for the sacred duty of scouting in the air and reporting back where the humans and the vampires are hiding. Then, after they report back, they would get branded with fire or bloodletting as penance for embracing their wings and soaring through the air like their heretic forefather, Raziel. This would lead to a lot of interesting scenarios, like when Raziel comes back and he sees his clan, they would be extremely devoted to killing him. They would blame him for all their sins, blame him for all the issues, blame him for all the facts that the Empire has crumbled around them. This would lead to a much harder Soul Reaver game. This would lead to a very interesting scenario at all, where we have this very, very fanatical clan that had to redevelop its image, redevelop its very structure into something that was more religious, more dramatic, more zealous. Something that's so deadly when it comes to the fact that Raziel was able to curtail his emotions with logic, but his clan, being just an image of him, they would not be able to really do that. The only outlet they would have to retain their strength and prestige would be to double down on their emotions, to double down on that zeal, double down on the sacrilege. This could result in devastating damage. So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this theory crafting. I know I have. Besides that, comment down below what you guys think. Maybe you guys think I'm totally wrong and think that the Razielim would somehow, despite the fact that Raziel has always been stated to be a pious individual, that they would somehow not become religious if they had survived. But I'm always curious nonetheless. Comment down below, let me know, and see you guys next time.